So what is prompt engineering? This lecture is very important, so please focus very well. Prompt engineering is simply the way you interact with LLMs to achieve a specific goal. In other words, it's learning the right way to talk and connect with a large language model to get the best results. Let's take an example, ChatGPT. We have mainly 4 ways users interact with ChatGPT. Let me share with you these 4 ways so you understand the power of prompt engineering and what you are going to learn in this course. So the first way is opening ChatGPT, and this is, by the way, how 95% of people interact with ChatGPT. They open this interface, which is very limited, and then they ask ChatGPT for something. Write me a short story about friendship. They ask it anything and then enter. And then ChatGPT will reply back with a response. They read it, they get excited, and if needs some tweaks, maybe ask, make it shorter, like 5 to 10 sentences. And then ChatGPT will reply back with the response, and so on. This is the very basic method that maybe most of the people use to interact with ChatGPT. Of course, we are not here to learn this basic way. The second method, which is somehow a better approach. So instead of asking ChatGPT directly, what they do is they go to the internet and start searching for a good prompt that they think if they use it, everything will change. So they search on Medium, on social media, and so on. Let's say they found this one here, the storyteller prompt. They get it, they go back to ChatGPT, they paste it, and they replace this about friendship, and then they go ahead and ChatGPT will reply based on this awesome prompt. Of course, they don't understand why this prompt is good. They just copy what they think a good prompt and paste inside ChatGPT. And those people usually try to save these prompts somewhere, like creating a prompt database on Notion or somewhere on Google Docs. And they always try to mimic these prompts by changing the topics, so they have a library to use whenever they want something. Not bad, but this is also a very basic way to interact with ChatGPT or LLMs, and we don't want this simple approach. The third approach, or the third level maybe, the more advanced level, is people who got the pro subscription, like they got GPT-4, and they have access to plugins, for example, the new plugins, and they use them to interact with ChatGPT. So in this way, maybe you can get better results. For example, you can use this coin cap plugin and ask, what is the Bitcoin price today? So they are using plugins with the pro version of ChatGPT to get better results. Nothing special, just using some built-in plugins with their own prompts that maybe they learned in level 2 and get these types of results. Now, the last type of users, and this is the type that I want you to be, which are, I think, less than 2-3% who uses ChatGPT this way. So this last approach is learning how to engineer and craft awesome prompts like this one, and then converting these prompts into what we call reusable prompt templates. Then using these prompt templates or power prompts to create tools and automated scripts and workflows to solve specific problems. This is how you get the best results out of LLMs. If you followed me on YouTube before, one day I created the ChatGPT Earthquake Edition. It's a simple script that works automatically and it can do awesome stuff. You just need to enter a topic here, email marketing, and then this script automatically will search the web, extract content, analyze the content, summarize it, give you Twitter ideas, content ideas, estimate the costs, and much more. And not only that, it can also create for you a PDF report at the end, like this one here. This is a very basic example of what you are going to learn. You will be able to build scripts like this to automate any workflow later on for you or for your clients, or maybe building this as an online business, as a startup for you. And maybe you noticed I didn't say interact with ChatGPT, interact with LLMs, because in this course, we are not going to learn only about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is our main example, yes, but here we are going to be somehow more generic. The scripts we are going to write, the ideas we are going to explain can be applied on any language model, and we are going to do some tests on something different than ChatGPT later on. Maybe you are wondering now why I have to bother learning all this Python scripting, prompt engineering, and all this. AI is intelligent, it's super powerful. I can just go with pro subscription and go and use plugins like I did now. I do whatever I want and so on. Let me show you this example. I'm using again the coin cap to retrieve cryptocurrency or Bitcoin price. Create a table showing the price of Bitcoin for the last 7 days. Enter. A super simple prompt, one sentence. I just want a simple table showing Bitcoin prices for the last 7 days. So I can use it in technical analysis or in any project. You can see, I am sorry, but as an AI model, I can't get real-time data access. Even with using a plugin, this plugin didn't help in retrieving the last 7 days data. This is a very basic example on how this interface is limited. There are thousands, believe me, thousands of workflows and scenarios where this interface will not help you. And as I mentioned, we are not here to learn this interface. You are going to be a prompt engineer that can interact with any language model through your own scripts and automation workflows. We are going to learn really very important skills. I think you heard about companies paying like $300,000 salaries for prompt engineers. Of course, they will not pay you this amount just by using some plugins and basic prompts. You need to be a professional prompt engineer, and this is the goal of this course. Let me share with you some practical scenarios that you'll be able to do after finishing and learning these skills. Number one, you will be 10x productive. In my business, in my online business, I am saving a lot of hours automating almost everything, like on my YouTube channel, on Twitter, on my social media, creating ideas, writing on Medium. A lot of things is now automated. And I'm not here talking about generating content and copying and pasting, no. You will see later on we can train ChatGPT on our own style, create content that we want to create based on our own ideas. So we are going to create real content with the help of AI. The second example is you are going to learn how to manage prompts and create reusable prompts to save a lot of time. Even if you want to use the traditional interface, having a prompt library will help you a lot and save you a lot of time when writing and creating prompts. We will learn how to build automated workflows, as we mentioned. We will learn how to optimize prompts. If you have a prompt and you want to make it better, how to optimize it. And of course, after you finish learning these skills, you'll be able to understand AI projects, like how they build AutoGPT. Maybe you can collaborate with people on projects, build your own project, build your own libraries, tools, and websites based on AI, and so on. And if you are a developer, you can save a lot of time developing, coding, optimizing, and debugging your code and your script. If you learn exactly how to use LLMs to code and to develop applications. Not only that, as a prompt engineer, you will be able to detect vulnerabilities in LLMs. I don't know if you heard about LLM jailbreaking and prompt vulnerabilities and so on. It's like ethical hacking in the NLP or LLM field. I want to end this lecture here. It's somehow long. Don't forget, if you have any questions, I'll be with you almost every day.